Maxyz M and Dilsha K. Good luck, contestants. Well, for the motion, your 1 minute starts now.
In 1997, Bharat Kumar versus State of Kerala case, Kerala High Court gave a rather commendable verdict banning what was called Bandh, finding it was violative of Articles 19 and 21 of Constitution. Several organizations now turned to his younger brother called Hartal and adopted it as a method of showing and expressing their protest. Now every Hartal day we can actually witness a statewide total shutdown, coercion against those people who are not ready to protest and whatnot. And we can also see constant and heavy losses to the public transport due to the vandalisms that is happening, and also not to mention the healthcare facilities that is failed to be provided to the people. So considering the facts, how is it not a hindrance to the progress of our state?
Thank you. Against the motion, your 1 minute starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by asking, what progress is? Progress is the way a country or a nation portrayed himself to the entire world. And it can be only achieved when the country has unity, equality, and independence at the same time. If this equality and independence doesn't exist in the state, then how can a country be called progressed? If there exists inequality between the rich and the poor, the employer and the employee, and how can a country be called progress? And in that case, we can only achieve progress by protest. If oppression is a privilege, protest is a right. And in that sense, Hartal is the best tool common man can put on to have their equality back. And as far as India is concerned, Hartal is a very successful strategy from the history on we have taken in. Our freedom fighters fought for our progress, and Hartals are the one they did.
Thank you. Now we have 3 minutes for the debate and your time starts now.
Talking about history of India with Hartals, the pre-independence and post-independent conditions of society are way different. The priorities of the societies are different. Back then, we had a common enemy, the colonialist. But now we have to consider that this state, this nation, is run by ourselves, by Indians. So we have to take in account of the development and the lack of development that can be possibly caused due to Hartals.
Yes, please.
Yes, let me come to my point again. What I meant is that development is the overall progress of the nation. So, as my friend told, we cannot go back to the history. Then how can we establish a constitution and follow it till the date? We are following a constitution which was built at the build of a lot of years ago. Then even now we are abiding by that constitution, and that constitution gives us the right to talk, the right to protest in a non-violent manner. And Hartal is a form of civil disobedience that the common man can put on to have their rights and to gain back their equality and independence in the country.
Okay.
2 points. You said about the constitution which date back almost 100 years old. But that's wrong, because we don't abide by the constitution in the form which was it was drafted 75 years ago. We have several amendments, and we have amendments that is going to take place. So the constitution is developing with the time. Second point is, if you're talking about progress as a multi-dimensional prospect, progress is considered political progress, which is not brought about by protests, but by political consents. And what actually is a hindrance to political consents is the political polarization, and Hartals is one of the many tools in which the political polarization is just amplified in this country.
Yes, please.
Sorry, I beg to differ from you. I'm not in the view as you are looking into it. I strongly believe that progress can be only achieved by unity. And we have to remember, our freedom fighters fought for our progress, and they took back our country from the hands of Britishers. And at the same time, another point I have to point out is, common man cannot go to the parliament every time, and they cannot wait for yet another 5 years to have their rights back. So the only mean they have got is to protest in a mass. And hartals are the best way they can put on to have their rights back, and it's not a violent one. It's a non-violent manner, and it's a form of civil disobedience. And it has got nothing to do with damaging people. The right hartal is the one that gives the people the opportunity
Okay,
to have
yes.
their rights
Thank
back.
you. Please.
3 points. First, I told before that the priorities regarding British and the present priorities are changed. Second point, did you know that there are villages in Kerala, one in Calicut called Kulimad, where the people has actually said no to hartals for
Thank you.
45
Thank you so
decades.
much. Your time up. Now you have 30 seconds each to conclude your statements, and for the motion, your time starts now.
Blame the knife because it's sharp, and the users because he's dark inside. Wolf disguise, cats shutting their eyes. This is not a blame game. This is not a platform for mere blame game, but for contemplation. See for yourselves how we can better our democracy with something better than, something way better than the hartals we are having right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Against the motion, your 30 seconds starts now.
If you now let me conclude my session, I would like to say that hartals are really a necessity for the state. They are advantageous in a sense. They are non-violent, and it gives people their right to act and right to protest. And so hartals are becoming a huge trend in the society because they give the common man the right to raise their voice and to raise their voice against the social evils taking in the society. And in that sense, hartals are really necessary in the society. Thank you.
Thank you so much, both of you. Please come forward. Shake your hands, Saru. Can it be
For India.